That's my buddy Lillis. It's my pleasure to welcome a fine young comedy star doing an excerpt from his latest album, David Steinberg, disguised as a normal person. Here is David Steinberg.
Right off, the name doesn't work. David Steinberg doesn't quite work. In America, what we do is we change our names to adapt to what we think normal is. Like instead of going from Steinberg to Stein, you should go from Steinberg to So there's no possibility of detecting any Russian Jewish heritage there. That's the first step. The next thing we do is we change our noses. And the people that do that think that they're going to be normal now. And they walk the streets with these big eyes and these big ears and a little dot where their nose used to be. And then they're forced to marry people with similar characteristics. Then one sunny Tuesday morning, they wake up and they have a kid who has a nose like a macaw. And it's nature's way of going, booga booga! I could remember everything about the first girl that I took out after I left theological school. She was 6'2". Her name was Judy Disney, and she was a cheerleader, which is everything that I look for in a woman. We were driving around in my car, and I didn't know any of the vernacular of the street. I didn't know how to approach her, what to say, and she said to me, "David, let's not talk. Let's get bombed." Now, I didn't know what that meant. But to me, that was the word I was looking for. She says, "You know what?" I said, "What?" She says, "I've been bombed every night this week." I'm thinking to myself, there is a God. She says, "Not only that, I was with the football team." I said, "Don't tell me." I'm running now ahead of the car which I'm driving. I beat us to our point of destination, and she gets out with these terrific legs. Legs. Cute little nose. She says, "Hey, you want to get bombed?" I see. Yeah. How about a little drink first? Now, my friend Kenny Mazursky has fixed me up, and he's waiting to find out what happened. But obviously nothing happened, you see. Tell him. So I stop off at a bookstore. I memorized passages from this book called Naked I Fled. Kenny greets me in the coffee shop. He says, "Hey, David, how'd it go tonight with Judy?" I said, "Ken, just kind of average. We drove around and we went back to my place, and I opened the door, and the glory of my humanity filled the room." I gave Kenny what we were later to find out was his first attention span. He sat down, his eyes focused in. I said, "Ken, how can I describe her in my own words? Put it this way, she was a red gold goddess willing to bear the grandeur of her golden contour to me, her brother, the wind." The waiter sat down. I said, "I'll tell you this. I was no odd worshiper content to stand aside and adore his priestess. My eyes were all over, darting here, pressing there. I had that room going. It was fantastic." While I was talking, I noticed one of the waiter's lips was moving. He had read the same book.